In this video, we have an example of a function which is represented numerically. So this table gives the temperature readings for Portland, Oregon on October 10th, 2012. And let f of t be the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and let t be hours after midnight. The first task that we're given is to find f of 10 and explain what this function value represents in the context of the problem. So f of 10, the value of 10 that we're given is an input, right? And the input in this function is f of t, right? So t represents the hours and f of t represents the temperature, right? So when the input is 10, the output is 48. Okay, and when it says explain what this function value represents in the context of the problem, I sort of just did it, right? When I was talking about what the units on the input and the output happen to be. If the input represents the number of hours after midnight, then f of 10 would represent the temperature at 10 a.m., right? So the temperature at 10 a.m. on October 10th, 2012 was 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Find the value of the function f when t is equal to 3. Explain what this function value represents in the context of the problem. So remember, our function is f of t, right? So if they're saying find the value of the function f when t is 3, what they're really asking is, okay, find f of 3. Okay, well, what's f of 3? When the input is 3, the output is 47, right? So 3 hours after midnight, that would be at 3 a.m. So we could say the temperature at 3 a.m. on October 10th, 2012 was 48 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so both A and B are essentially asking the same kind of question, but in just a slightly different way, right? Essentially, both of those questions are giving you an input and asking you to find the output, and then saying, okay, well, what does it mean, right? So in part C here, we have solve f of t equals 45. Explain what this solution set represents in the context of the problem. Okay, so in this case, the output is 45, and we're trying to find the input. And this could happen for more than one input, right? Like two different people having the same birthday. So we have to be careful. Let's take a look here at places where the output is 45. Are there more than one? I see one of them right here, but I don't see any other time of day where the temperature is 45 degrees. What's the t value there? Well, it's 5, right? Okay, so t is equal to 5, right? Because f of 5 is equal to 45. So what does this mean? The temperature was 45 degrees Fahrenheit at 5 a.m., right? 5 hours after midnight on October 10th, 2012. The concept of the function notation, it's the same whether you've got symbolic representation of a function, numeric, or graphical. You're thinking about what's the input and what's the output. Hopefully with each representation we do that's made clearer.